Hey there yogis, I'm Nicole. Welcome back to My Yoga Time. Thanks for joining me today. Today's yoga flow is another excellent class to help improve your overall flexibility and also your strength. So I do have one block for this class. If you don't have a block, you can improvise with a really thick hook. When you're ready, we're going to begin on our back in reclined butterfly pose, Supta Baddha Konasana. So once you come down onto your back, bring the feet together and let the knees fall out wide. We'll just take a few moments here with those hands resting on the lower belly. Feel free to close the eyes down. Gently place the tip of your tongue where the teeth meet the roof of the mouth. And do your best to keep the tongue in this position for the entire class. Keeping the jaw relaxed. We're finding a slight tone in the very back of your throat for Ujjayi breath. You may even begin to hear the sound of your breath roll over the back of your throat. And breathing a little deeper now into the lower body. Can you feel your hands rise and fall with the ebb and flow of your breath? Take a deep inhalation into the hips, the lower belly, the lower back. And then pause, hold the breath for 1 or 2 counts before exhaling slowly. Feel free on your next inhalation to reach the arms above the head. Have a little stretch. And as you exhale, float the arms back down by your side, palms to face down. Let's press the feet together. Tuck the tailbone under and start to lift the hips. So it's a bridge pose with butterfly legs. Broadening the collarbones, firming down through the head, the shoulders, the feet. Inhale. And exhale, slowly lower down. Let's bring those knees together. Take the hands to the knees, arms are straight. Push the hands into the knees, pull the knees back into the hands, and imprint your lower back onto the mat. Keep the jaw relaxed and the tongue in position. Feel free to stay here, otherwise release those hands, lift the upper body off the mat. And you can begin to alternate the legs. Well done, yogis. Next time that left knee comes in, hug it in nice and tight. And then we'll move it over into a twist. Left knee over to the right. And of course, you can use your prop here underneath that leg for support. Only here for a couple of breaths. So be sure to deepen the breath to deepen the twist. And from here, yogis, let's roll onto our right side. We're going to press ourselves up into a side sphinx pose. So you have the option to stay here as option 1. Option 2, a little stronger. Bring your left foot to the floor. We'll come up into a side forearm plank. So you want to press down through that left foot as though you're standing up. Gently draw your right arm down towards the foot so that you switch on those oblique muscles. And option 2, look straight down towards the mat or up towards the armpit, only if that feels okay for your neck. Be sure to slightly tuck the chin in and move the neck back ever so slightly. Keep the jaw relaxed. One more inhalation. And then lowering down. Let's come back onto our spine. Same as before, hands to knees. Option 1 is here, creating that resistance. Option 2, lifting the upper body off the floor. Option 3, alternating those legs. And next time you bend the right knee, hugging it in towards the chest. And then lower down, let's twist. Using your prop once again. And gently deepening the breath into the lower body. Finding that sweet pause before you exhale. And let's roll onto our side yogis, getting ready for our side sphinx, which is your option 1, propping yourself up on the forearm. Option 2, bringing the right foot to the floor, preparing for your forearm side plank, lifting on up. Gently pressing those hips up towards the ceiling. Breath is smooth and steady. And let's lower it down. Well done. Pressing all the way up now, coming on all fours into your tabletop position. So let's tuck those toes under. Begin to move through your cat-cow stretches. Inhaling into your back bend, exhaling to round the spine. From here, we'll include our downward facing dog. So as you exhale and round the spine, lifting those hips up and back. Holding here as you inhale, and then exhale, return those knees to the mat. Inhale into your back bend. Exhaling to round, downward facing dog. Let's do one more round. And from here, lifting up your right leg. Option to keep the leg straight and the hip square. Otherwise, lift the hip, bend the knee, look under your armpit. Be sure to flex your right foot as though you're kicking something away. Inhale. Straighten the legs, square the hips. Let's step it through into a lunge and prepare for warrior 2. Ground your left foot down, windmill those arms up. So gently opening out that right knee, looking for the big toe on the inside of the knee, evenly pressing into both feet as though you're trying to stretch the mat. We're going to take a little flow here. Let's keep those legs strong and stable. Reverse the warrior as you inhale. Exhale, side angle pose, elbow to knee, left arm down and then overhead. Inhaling here. Exhale, return to warrior 2. From this warrior 2, turn your left heel in a little, bend the left knee, straighten the right leg, engage the quad, pull up the knee. Moving to warrior 2, turn the heel out again, toe in just a little, reverse the warrior. Side angle pose. Inhale. Exhale. Turn the heel in, bend the left knee. Last round. And then as you come back to warrior two this time, step the back foot in a little bit closer, keep the front leg straight, prepare for triangle. So although this front leg's straight, just bring in a little micro bend into the knee. Again, press the feet away as though you're stretching the mat. Arms up and as though you're holding a beach ball. Let's exhale over to the right and then inhale back to center. 2 more times. And then this last time, coming all the way down into your triangle pose, right hand can rest on the leg or bring the back of the palm to the inside. This variation of triangle will take the left arm all the way overhead, looking down towards your big toe, breathing into the side body. Well done. Inhale and exhale, both hands down, frame the foot, high lunge, lift the back heel. Option 1, take a twist, right arm up. Option 2, you can move into a side plank pose. So right foot can stack on top of the left, or you can take your tree variation, sole of the foot to the inside of the thigh. Gently press the thigh and the foot together, hips pressing up, and heel of the left palm turning in ever so slightly. Inhale and exhale, return to plank. Press the hips back, downward facing dog. Left leg up. Option to open out the hip, bend the knee, look under the armpit. We'll straighten the legs, square the hips, step it through. Warrior two. Reverse the warrior. Side angle pose. Turn the right heel in a touch, bend the right knee, straighten the left leg. Warrior two. Reverse. Side angle pose. Right knee bends, left leg straightens. Last round. And heel toe the back foot in a little bit closer. Micro bend in that front knee, arms up. Exhaling over to the side and back to center. And all the way down this time. Inhale and exhale, lower down, frame the foot. So option to take your twist here, left arm up. Of course, you can keep that hand on the low back if there's any concerns in that shoulder, otherwise your side plank. So rolling to the outside blade of the right foot, stacking left on top of right. Option to take that tree variation. Pressing into the pads of those right fingers. And let's return to our plank. This time bring the body forward, we'll chaturanga down, option to drop the knees. A little stronger if you keep them lifted, elbows into the ribs. Let's take the arms out in front, Superman Cobra. Lift the heart. Ever so slightly try and draw the hands back. Well done, lower down, pressing up onto all fours. Brief child's pose, let's round the back and then sink the hips back towards the heels. You might like to keep the arms in front, hands by your feet, or hands to prayer above the head. And from this child's pose, let's press it up into our tabletop. Raising your left leg now. Take it over to the right, tuck the toes under, look over your shoulder. Pressing into the hands, the hip and the heel. And then from here, if your knees and hips permit, we're going to transition into Gomakasana, cow face legs. So you'll bring your left knee behind the right. Take the feet a little bit wider. Walk the hands back and you'll sit in between your feet. Now you can always take your prop with you if you need, if you're quite tight in those hips. If sitting like this is not an option for you, then simply come down onto your buttocks and cross your legs, right leg crossed in front of the left. So from here, yogis, a little flexion in the feet and press down through those feet. We're going to take a side bend over to the right, so right palm to the floor, left arm overhead. Of course, unless that shoulder is not happy, then hand to the low back. Now this right palm, we want to press down into the floor and try and slide it away. Breathe into the left side waist. Inhale to come up and then we'll twist. Back of the left palm to the right knee, right hand behind you. Let's return to the front, and if you can, we're going to walk those hands forward now. Allow the back to round. Stay high on those palms. And let's return, coming all the way back up. So a couple of choices from here, yogis. If you're in your cross-legged variation, come back to tabletop, prepare for your ITB stretch. If you're in Gomakasana legs and you'd like a little back bend, no concerns with wrists or shoulders, come forward for me into tabletop, keeping those legs crossed. Tuck the toes under and lift up your knees. Then lift your left hand, pivot on the balls of the feet as you turn the body over, coming into Wild Thing. And lifting up those heels, pivoting the feet, returning to where you started. Let's uncross those legs. Well done, yogis. From here, right leg lifts behind you, cross it over, look over your shoulder. Then coming back to center, if you can, Gomakasana, right knee behind the left, take the hands back as you come into your seat. Otherwise, crossing the legs, left leg in front of the right. Taking our side bend over to the left, gently pressing down through that left palm, breathing into the right side waist. Lifting back up, taking your twist. Maintain that gentle downward pressure through the feet. Return to the center. Option to fall forward. And walking those hands back. Well done, yogis. If you took Wild Thing on the other side, let's move there now. Coming forward into that tabletop, legs staying crossed. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, and the right hand pivot on the feet. Turn the body over. And let's pick up the heels, return to center. Uncross those legs. And let's take a seat. Coming down onto our back. Once you've come onto your back, you might like to swish the knees from side to side, maybe take a hold of the knees, hug them into the chest. Make circles with the knees, or even a happy baby pose if that's available for you. Take the knees a little bit wider, lifting up the feet, stacking ankles above the knees, reaching either for the outside blades of the feet or take that pistol grip of the big toes. Try and keep your lower back on the mat. Moving through any counter stretch that feels good for your body right now. I'm going to lower straight down into Shavasana, taking up as much space on the mat as I can, shoulders tucking under, palms to face the ceiling, eyes closing down, forehead softening, tongue and jaw relaxed. Feeling the breath touch the nostrils, roll over the back of the throat. Navel rising on the inhalation, falling on the exhalation. And just be. Let's inhale a little deeper now, yogis. Feel free to wiggle those toes and fingers, following any urges to move or stretch as they arise. Your own time rolling to your preferred side. And of course, pressing up to seated only when you're ready to continue with your day. Thanks for practicing with me today, yogis. I hope that you enjoyed that short class. If you have any class requests, please do place them in the comments below. The intention of this channel is to help cultivate your home practice. If you haven't done so already, please do subscribe to the channel, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Have a lovely day.